our group will presentation a topic. This is essential for understanding Indonesian development philosophy, which is Pancasila as a development paradigm. Development in Indonesia is not about only building infrastructure, increase economic growth, or developing technology, but development must also respect human dignity, morality, justice, and sustainability. This is why Pancasila plays a central role. Like Pancasila is not just the state ideology, but it is the moral foundation that guides how Indonesia should progress. By using Pancasila as ensures that nationally development remains balanced between material progress and spiritual, social, and cultural values. In this presentation, we will explain the meaning of the development paradigm, that why Pancasila is the most sustainable foundation for development, how it's the 5 principle guides national development, Pancasila, and what challenge Indonesia face in applying these values. Check it out.
Paradigm. A development paradigm refers to the main perspective or approach used to design policies, make decisions, and measure process. It is the foundation that direct strategies or priorities. When Pancasila is used as a paradigm, every decision must reflect on its core values like divinity, humanity, unity, democracy, and social justice. Okay. Pancasila is a suitable paradigm for Indonesia. There are several reasons why Pancasila is the most appropriate paradigm for Indonesian development. First, Pancasila reflects Indonesian identity. Its value comes from the culture, tradition, and experience of the Indonesian people. Second, Pancasila unites a diverse nation. Indonesia consists of many enthusiasts, religions, and cultures. Pancasila becomes the common ground that keeps the nation together. The third is Pancasila is comprehensive to confer spiritual, moral, social, political, and economic dimension. And the fourth and the last is Pancasila focus on holistic human development. It does not only promote physical growth but also aims to build character, morality, and dignity. Thus, Pancasila ensures that development is not only successful economically but also ethical, humane, and inclusive.
Application of its principle of Pancasila. First principle, believe in one Almighty God. This principle emphasizes that development must uphold ethical values. Public policies should reflect honesty, integrity, and morality. Corruption must be rejected because it contradicts divine values. Development should also respect religious diversity. Second principle, just and civilized humanity. This principle remains as the people are the center of development. Policies must protect human rights and support vulnerable groups. Development must not exploit people or the environment. Instead, it should be fair, humane, and sustainable. Third principle, the unity of Indonesia. This emphasizes that development must strengthen national unity. There must be equal distribution of development across regions to prevent inequality. Programs should promote harmony, tolerance, and pride in national identity. Fourth principle, democracy guided by wisdom in consultation or representation. This principle shows that development must involve public participation. Government policies must be decided through democratic dialogue. Transparency and accountability are essential so development truly reflects the will of the people. 5 principles social justice for all people of Indonesia. This principle is the ultimate goal of development. It demands equal access to education, health, and economic opportunities. It aims to reduce poverty, support MCMs, and ensure fair distribution of resources. Development must benefit all citizens, not just a few.
challenges in applying Pancasila-based development. Even though Pancasila provides strong guidance, Indonesia still faces several challenges, such as first one, corruption that weakens ethics and justice. Second, economic inequality between regions. Third, social conflict that threaten unity. Four, low public participation in policy making. Fifth, unequal access to education and technology. These challenges show that the implementations of Pancasila requires commitment and consistent effort. Real examples of Pancasila in development: community-based village development programs, infrastructure equality such as the Trans-Java and Trans-Papua project, free education program, and national health insurance, ethical digital development with data protection policy, and the last, MSMF support and local economic empowerment. Conclusion. In conclusion, Pancasila as a development paradigm ensures that Indonesia progress is not only physical or economic, but also moral, cultural, and human-centered. By grounding development in Pancasila, Indonesia can build the future and is just unified and prepared for all. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope this topic gives us deeper insight to the importance of Pancasila in building Indonesians' development.
One example of Pancasila as a development paradigm can be seen in a community rural-based development program in Indonesia. The government launched a village empowerment project aimed at improving infrastructure, education, and local economy activities while respecting local culture and social harmony. In this program, development is not focused solely on economic growth, but also on human values, in line with the principles of Pancasila. The first principles is belief in the one and only God was was reflected in respecting religious diversity and allowing communities to speak their belief freely. And the second principles is just civilized humanity appeared through fair treatment of villagers and the protection of human dignity during the development process. And the third principles is the unity of Indonesia was shown by encouraging cooperations, or in Indonesia we can say gotong royong, among villagers regardless of ethnic or religious difference. And the fourth principles is democracy guided by wisdom in deliberation was applied by involving the community in decision making through village meeting before implementing the development project. And the second challenge is weak understanding and internalizations of Pancasila values. Many policy makers and citizens understand Pancasila only as a slogan rather than a living guide. The lack of deep understanding and internalizations cause development programs to focus mainly on economic growth, ignoring moral, cultural, and humanitarian aspects emphasized by Pancasila. And the third challenge is corruption and abuse of power. Corruption remains a serious challenge in implementing Pancasila-based development. Corrupt practice violate the principles of social justice humanity, and democracy. When corruption occurs, development benefits are unevenly distributed and public trust in government declines. And the fourth challenge is inequality and uneven development. Development gaps between urban and rural areas, as well as between regions, show that Pancasila's values have not been fully realized. Infrastructure and economic development are often concentrated in certain areas, contradicting the principles of unity and fairness. And the fifth challenge is conflict between development and environmental sustainability. Some development projects prioritize economic growth without considering environmental sustainability. This contradicts Pancasila's humanitarian values and responsibility toward future generations. Balancing development and environmental protections remains a significant challenge. And the sixth challenge and the last is weak law enforcement and governance. The implementation of Pancasila requires strong law enforcement and good governance. However, inconsistency in law enforcement and lack of transparency often hinder the realizations of Pancasila-based development goals. So, in conclusion, the main challenge in implementing Pancasila as a development paradigm lies not in the values themselves, but in their applications, strengthening education on Pancasila, improving governance, reducing corruption, and ensuring inclusive and sustainable development are essential steps to overcome this challenge.